Hi there guys, I thought I'd better dress up and put my glasses on today because I have decided to enter politics. Today's class we are doing political collocations. Collocations, what a long funny word, what does it mean? Well, co generally means with and a location is a place, so with place. Political words that go together, so enter you often find with politics or enter management or a new thing. Okay, enter politics. Today, I decided to enter politics. Great, got it? To enter politics. Obviously, you can form this verb. He entered politics when he was 17. So we can have the past. He entered. Or you can have the future. He will, you probably wouldn't say enter though, you'd probably say get into. He will probably get into politics when he's older, okay? He will, blah, blah, blah. So enter, present and past, generally. Now, to hold, I'm holding a pen. You can also hold a general election. It means organized. Make sure there is a general election, okay? So, David Cameron will hold a general election next year or the year after. I should know, I don't. To hold a general election. So often we're going to use that with the future tense, will hold. Or you could do it with the past tense. A general election was held in 1992. So a general election was held. Okay, so you've got an irregular verb there. Now, to stand for something. If you want to become an important person, you need to stand for positions of authority and importance. To stand for the presidency. Yeah, I'm standing here right now, but you can stand for a position. So to stand for the presidency, if you're in North America, or in the UK, we might say to stand for the position of Prime Minister. But normally you would get voted. People are going to say you. Okay, you don't normally put yourself forward for the Prime Minister position. To launch a campaign. I'm launching a rocket into space, okay? I'm beating the Russians, I'm beating the Americans. Benjamin engVid launching a space rocket, okay? But we can also use launch with a campaign. Notice the funny spelling, the AIGN, but it's pronounced campaign, okay? One of those words where the spelling doesn't look like the sound of the word. To launch a campaign. A campaign. So I might put posters up all over London saying, I wouldn't do this, okay, because I'm not, an idiot, but vote for Boris Johnson, okay? I put a campaign. Everyone, do this, It's a campaign. I want people in London to do this, a campaign. I want them to take action. I really wouldn't do that, no. Okay, to win an election, okay? You win or lose an election. The Labour Party might win the next general election in the UK. That's my little prediction. Have a little bet on me. To win an election, right? Okay, you win or lose it. In football, we talk about winning, losing, or drawing. You don't really draw an election unless you're David Cameron, in which case you sort of have a bit of a partnership with Nick Clegg. Okay, to serve 4 years as. Of course, the number doesn't have to be 4, it could be 7. So you could say, I served for several years on a committee. Okay, so this is just a number that you put in, and then what is it that you did? So I served 5 years as a trivia quiz host in London. Okay, I'm serving, it's an act of giving. I'm cutting up my meat for my dinner. But you can also cut the crime rate, yeah? If you're in the inner city ghetto, you need the crime rate to be cut, so there's less muggings, yeah? Cut. Crime, yeah, this is bad activity. Rate, how often it happens. If you cut it, it happens less. To cut the crime rate. Now, I might want to leave politics, yeah? We talk about leaving, exiting. You wouldn't say I exit politics. I'd leave politics. To pursue, that's a lovely word. Let's get that up on the board. To pursue, to do something else, right? Good. Try and use this word. It's one of my favorites. Now, an economic boom. That's a time when, I don't know if you do sort of stocks and shares. I don't, because I don't really have any money, but it's when the charts go sort of up and down, okay? So an economic boom is when you're going up, yeah? An economic boom. You can have depressions and all those kind of things. I'm not an economist though, so don't quote me. An economic boom. Okay, my collocations, 2 words that go together, just not in 2013. A proud achievement. Okay, so our noun would be pride, yeah? And when I want to use pride as an adjective, I would say proud. Okay, a proud achievement. This is my noun here. An achievement when you do something good. So why don't you go and achieve something good and get 10 out of 10 in your little quiz now, okay? You find it on engvid.com. Very welcome to subscribe to my YouTube channel and find loads of weird videos about learning English. And if you want to soar like a bird to the top of the English mountain, then get in touch with me via Exquisite English with a link here. Well done. Hope you've learnt to communicate smoothly and effectively in the arena of politics. Enter politics. Hold a general election and get voted in. Stand up for the presidency, for a position you want to get. Launch the campaign. Win an election. Serve for years and years until you become grey. Cut the crime rate and then leave politics to pursue another dream, an economic boom. Make sure that achievement happens, guys. See you next time.